The midterms are now just one day away, and the stakes could not be higher.
Both parties are delivering very different closing messages with very different visions for the country. Our Derek James is live in the newsroom with a preview.
Hi guys, Minnesota consistently has high voter turnouts, and tomorrow should be no exception. Nearly 500,000 Minnesotans have already voted early, and we have a long list of people to vote for. Governor, Lieutenant Governor, Secretary of State, Attorney General, all on the ballot, as are our 8 state U.S. representatives and every seat in the Minnesota legislature, plus many local, county, and city races too. And with all of this to keep track of, we've asked CBS News Chief White House Correspondent Nancy Cordes to join us. Hi, Nancy. What are we seeing is motivating these early voters, and we'll be voting tomorrow as well?
Right. Well, we're waiting to get some of that exit polling data that will tell us definitively what is most at the top of mind for voters this election season. But based on the polling that we've already done, we know that they are motivated first and foremost by the economy, by inflation, those pocketbook issues. Crime has really risen to the top of the agenda for a lot of voters. And then we're watching to see how much of an impact some of these social issues like abortion end up playing into people's votes and their decision to vote. It was a top issue over the summer. It's faded somewhat, but we'll get a true sense of how much of a factor it was once we start to look at exit polling data tomorrow.
Now, these midterm elections could shift the future balance of power, not only here in Minnesota and our legislature, but U.S. Congress as well. Is the rest of the country looking at what happens here?
Absolutely. I mean, if Republicans take control of the U.S. House or the U.S. Senate or both, as they very well could, we are going to see a sea change in Washington. And President Biden's ability to get his agenda passed is really going to grind to a halt. Republicans have made that very clear. They've also made it clear that they're going to investigate the president. They'll investigate some of his cabinet members. Some Republicans have even floated the prospect of impeachment. They say they want to look into problems at the border. They want to look into President Biden's son and his business dealings. So we're going to wake up to a very different Washington if the party in power loses control of the House or Senate or both.
Now, which races will you and the CBS America Decides team really be closely watching tomorrow night?
Well, we'll certainly be watching the House, not one particular race, but we'll be watching if Republicans take over and by how much, because that will really influence how much leverage Republicans would have if they are able to win the House and win it by a large margin. And then there are 10 Senate races that we consider battlegrounds, none in Minnesota, but in neighboring Wisconsin, certainly, watching to see whether Republican Ron Johnson can hold on to his seat. We'll watch in Pennsylvania to see whether Democrats can flip that seat, the retiring Pat Toomey's seat, from red to blue if John Fetterman is able to pick that up. Similarly, we're watching Georgia to see whether Republicans can turn Raphael Warnock's seat from blue to red, and if they can even make a call tomorrow, because if neither of the candidates there gets to 50%, then you're looking at a runoff a month from now. So it's possible we won't know which party controls the Senate until December.
Yeah, going to need to be patient again, as we were 2 years ago when it comes to those results coming in. Nancy Cordes live in New York. Thank you. If you want to vote in person and get your red I voted sticker, polls open at 7 tomorrow morning. You'll need to be in line by 8 p.m. in order for your vote to count. We're sharing information on each candidate and the issues they're fighting for on our website. Just head to WCCO.com/election guide. You can get our local election results and analysis from our full Campaign 22 team tomorrow, starting at 8 o'clock right here on WCCO. And you can get continuous coverage streaming live on CBS News Minnesota. Aaron?
All right. Thank you for that, Derek.